Hello guys, before we leave for the fall break today, I wanted to have you look at this. I'm going to go over it with you. It says reading at home can make a huge difference. And this is a little guideline for our parents. Choose books that are an appropriate reading level for your child. Use the 5-finger rule. Every time your child does not know a word, if you have put up more than 5 fingers before the end of the page, this book is too hard, and that's what usually happens within the first 3 pages. It's too hard for your child. Choose books that match your child's likes and interests. Make reading part of your family time. Family time is really important, and so why not put the reading in there as well? And here's some tips for integrating that reading into your activities. Read bedtime stories, board games. Visit the library. The Commerce Library is open, and you can get several books that your child would like to read. And read a recipe and cook something together. Create a comfy reading space in your home. Put your child in charge of reading the grocery list at the store. Easy peasy stuff. So keep plenty of materials in your home, like magazines, newspapers, comic books. And it doesn't matter if those newspapers are old. It really doesn't. There's 2 sides. 10 to 15 minutes is plenty for a beginning reader on each evening. So how do you read with a beginning reader? Encourage your child to use his or her finger to point to each word. Read a sentence and have your child repeat it. Take turns reading a sentence each or a page each, because they need to hear you reading correctly also. That is a huge part of their reading learning, is hearing someone model it correctly. Talk about the story as you read it. What do you think will happen next? What does this story remind of you? How do you think this character feels? And don't be afraid to read the same book again and again. Repeated reading helps build reading fluency. And fluency, if you don't, is, well, let me give you some examples. This is an example of a child who needs fluency teaching. Encourage your child to use his/her finger to point to each word. Now that is a student that I would put at a level 1 reading fluency. Reads word for word with an occasional 1 or 2 words together. Someone in a 2 to 3 range might read like this. Read a sentence and have your child repeat it. Take turns reading a sentence each or a page each. So basically those kids, if there's sight words that are there together, they're going to read two word phrases or what have you, and they may even like each or a page each. They might read 3 word phrases. A fluent reader checks for understanding, and they read somewhat like this. Start the book by making predictions. What do you think will happen in the story? Ask. They might get hung up on a word or 2 questions and make comments during the reading process. After reading a book, and so they're going to read pretty fluently and smoothly. The choppier their reading is, the less they're comprehending. So while we're on this, after reading a book, have your child tell you the events from the story in the correct order, a time sequence. What was the problem in the story? How did the character feel when? Encourage your child to make connections. And does this story remind you of another book you've read, an event in your life, or a movie maybe? And here are some other websites besides Epic that I gave you, and they're free. And I'm going to take a picture of this and post it in Class Story, so you'll be able to zoom in on that and see those a little easier. I'm also going to post this. So for the month of October, and if you're reading, 20 minutes, between 20 minutes a night, you put the person's name here, the date, what you read, and how many minutes you read it. And if you can equal up to 180 minutes, then Miss Hannah in the library said you're going to get a prize. And I will leave that prize, if you get it, at the desk so that you can pick it up. Okay? So you guys work hard to fill it. Actually, I'm going to post this. I was thinking about posting it in Portfolio so you could just type in your things. And that would be a little easier. Or you can print it out and put it on your Icebox and sign it every once when you want to, and then just shoot it to me in a message. But anyway, 180 minutes, guys, and get a prize. Sounds pretty good, huh? But you can start. That's why I'm giving it to you today, because if you have time through this next fall week and you want to read, record it. Even if it's not school time, go ahead and record it. But anyway, you guys have a great fall break, and bye-bye.